Watch your folks, 965 back again. Managed to get out to SWR these antennas on some shorter poles, and as you could tell from the footage before, it's a little bit windy today. This one's using a regular air choke instead of the ones I often use, which is the one I normally use, which is the ferrite cord choke. But also I'm going to be carrying this one around with me. This one is designed to go on the Bergen, so we're going to carry it around. Therefore, I don't want it too heavy. So let's see where we're at with this. I'm standing on the guy wire. That's never pleasant. There we go, spin the collar round, move it across, and although it's windy, it's all coming from the one direction, which is over there. So really I actually only need the 2 guy wires today, but for good measure, and because it's a public area, we're on the Westbury White Horse for this one, just for public peace of mind, I'm going to put 3 on. Makes no difference whatsoever, but we're going to put 3 on. Right, let's check the SWR then. So we're going to SWR this antenna to run across from the mid-block right the way across to the UK FM. So what we're going to do is start off by SWRing it on channel 1 of the mid-block, which is a good frequency. It's 26965, and we're going to see what the SWR is. Okay, just to get something out of it, there we go. Okay, so the SWR on there is 1.6. So now we're going to go to the UK block. We're going to go all the way to the top of the UK block, which is number 40, which for frequency people is 2799125. Going to go on forward, spin that round, across to reflected. That is also 1.6. So now I'm going to go down to channel 20 just to check what the mid point is on the SWR. Where are we? 20. There we go. Forward. Reflected. 1.2. Now let's go all the way down to 1. Don't need to, but I'm just going to check it. That's 1.2, and then onto the mid block channel 40, mid-block channel 40 is okay, I'm happy with that. So basically what we're looking at is 1.6 at one end, 1.6 at the other end, and about 1.2, 1.3 in the middle. So basically it's doing that, which is a really nice SWR curve. I'm pleased with that. Obviously I will double check it when I get it up on the Bergen, but I'm not doing that today. It looks odd enough as it is with me out here with camo poles. That's the only trouble with public areas. Camouflage looks a little bit out of place, but there we go. Anyway, I'm going to drop that pole down now, and I'm actually going to get some ties out, and I'm going to attach the antenna in a different way. We'll be back soon. Now obviously if it was like that all the time, it would look a bit daft with those cable ties hanging out like that. So next step, once you've cable tied the antenna on, is to go along and chop off the tails of the cable ties. And you might want to pick a quieter day for this, because this is proper windy today. Incidentally, if anyone has ever come up with an idea what to use all these ends for, I'd quite like to know. Okay, so the idea is that the cable ties replace the tape, okay, and what I've done is obviously you saw me trim off the tails. What I've done is I've actually put glue in the square where the tie comes through in order to keep it in place. And the plan is that you can slide the cable ties on to the pole, and because they're all at a fixed diameter, they'll only slide down so far. So in effect what it allows you to do is just slide them on and slide them off to secure the antenna without having to get your tape out. That's the theory. Okay, so the idea behind this is that because it's a fixed diameter, the cable tie is a fixed diameter, it can only go so far down the pole because the pole is tapered. So whilst you can freely move the cable tie up the pole to release it, okay, when you slide them on, it will only go to there. That's as far as it will go down the pole because the pole's tapered. So what you end up with is a load of slide-on clips that you can use to attach the antenna. There's the next one. So you can undo it like that. Slides freely up on the thin part, and then as you bring it down to a thicker part of the pole, which is there, it won't go any further. So the plan is that you can just slide them all off and slide them all on in order from biggest onto the pole first to smallest, and just slide them down as far as they'll go, and they'll stop on their own. Okay, so I've got them all on there loosely. The first one is started. The first one's on as far down as it will go, and the rest of them, they're all loose. Okay, so all you're going to do when you set up is you're going to put your pole down, lay your antenna down beside of it, slide on all your rings on the top, and then just slide them all the way down the pole, and they'll secure the antenna. That's the theory. I suspect I may well, in the future, change from those to a series of rubber O-rings. I've got a big box of O-rings at home, and none of them are either small enough or big enough to do the job. So basically all I'm going to do is slide them all on, stick the antenna up, and job's a good one. And that's the idea behind it. Okay, so we're just going to do a quick demo because it's now starting to spit with rain and I haven't got the waterproofs today. It's a handy thing about the White Horse is you're pretty close to the car park. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your pole down, okay, extend your pole, put it through your collar first. Don't forget that because you won't be able to slide your collar on afterwards, as I've mentioned before. Lay your antenna down beside the pole, ready to go on, and as you hold your antenna together with the pole at the very top, slide your first one on, and then you're just going to slide each ring down, push them down the pole, on, keep sliding, on. I don't know what that was. Slide that one on, push them down the pole, slide it on, and they will only go as far as they can go because, as I said, there are different diameters on the pole. So that one's on, slide it on. Mine is a little bit difficult because it's wrapped in electrical tape. Keep sliding them, and that's it, done. And then you stand your pole up, and you're done. And that's all there is to it. So once it's slid on down, that ain't never going to come off. And you can maybe see they just slid on down the pole. And that's it. That's all you need to do. Right, so that's it basically. That was what I had in mind. That was the plan. A quicker way of attaching the antenna to the pole. Blimey, it's blowy today. Let's turn it round. So that's what we had in mind. That's the idea behind it. And then obviously reverse is just the other way around or taking it down is just the reverse. You just slide them all the way off, and your antenna's off. You don't have to cut the tape off or try in there and peel it off and such like. So we'll see how it goes. We'll give it a try. I might get a load of O-rings, I don't know, but I quite like that idea. It seems to be working quite well. Well, we're going to head off now. I've got to go and cook a roast. Catch you on the next one.